Assalamualaikum and good morning. So today we will talk about the dynamics of family, the family disorganization, and then the family life cycle. So now, let's start. Let's know first, ano nga ba ang family dynamics? Kapag sinabi nating family dynamics, it refers to the patterns of interactions among relatives, their roles and relationships, and the various factors that shape their interactions. Because family members rely on each other for emotional, physical, and economic support. So they are one of the primary sources of relationship security or stress. So ang secure and supportive family relationships, they provide love, advice, and care. Whereas stressful family relationships are burdened with arguments, constant critical feedback, and onerous demands. Next, we will discuss ano nga ba ang family disorganization, ano yung mga causes niya, and ano yung mga effects ng family disorganization. So let's begin with family disorganization. So ang family disorganization, it refers to a breakdown in the family system due to factors like loss of role models, parental overburdening, and conflicts between family members. So, maaari siyang mag-lead into a loss of social controls and increase criminal and antisocial behavior. So, kapag ma-improve yung mga rules, roles, and rights within the family, so maaari nating ma-address ang tinatawag nating family disorganization. So, we know naman already that the family is a group of two or more people that are related by blood, marriage, adoption, step or fostering, and usually live together in the same household. So this includes newlyweds without children, gay partners, couples with dependents, single moms or dads with children, siblings living together, and many other variations. While ang disorganization na tinatawag natin is the disturbance of a systematic arrangement causing disorder and confusion. So now, let's know ano nga ba ang causes of family disorganization. So firstly ay dahil sa lack of privacy. Second is incompatibility like in age, mentality, personality, and culture. The next is interference of in-laws and other peoples, followed by unemployment, lack or poor resources and low income, poor discipline, lack of social control, strength of communication like they didn't give proper time to family, lack of mutual understanding, misunderstanding, psychological factors, conflict including abuse, neglect, and change in attitude. Okay, so ang susunod na alamin natin ay ang effects of family disorganization. So syempre unang-una dyan ang stress, anxiety, and other mental disorders or illness. Next is hopelessness, sense of insecurity or loneliness. After divorce of parents, children have low or no want feelings, low self-esteem, stubbornness, pessimism, criminals or social evils, emotionally and mentally unsatisfaction and disturbance, attempt of suicide, and lack of empathy. To improve the family disorganization, it is necessary to learn the 3Rs order, which are rules, roles, and rights. So in rules, every member must understand that definite actions are expected while other actions will not be accepted. So children need clear limitations about rules and regulations, so giving them warm feelings, self-confidence, security to become their best, and teach those moral values and all the rules in the friendly manner and understand their feelings. So you need to keep the list short. You need to write them down, communicate with them, and be consistent. And lastly, you need to pick your issue. So now, ano namang tinatawag natin sa roles? Ano ba yung mga kailangan gawin dito? So, in roles, no, every member of family has its own role to be played for the survival of family and society. So when those roles are not clarified and identified purposefully, which may not be healthy and appropriate, then everyone will force them to be improper role. For example, no, sa parents, the parents have the vital roles of authority and they are decision maker as well. While ang children, they are the citizens of society and have the right to speak in family affairs in a proper way. So sa rights naman is that everyone should have right to listen to others and use respectful tone. So family rights raise the spirit of trust and mutual respect among the family members, which is very much necessary. So we need to know talaga na ang family is a vital and significant factor in the social development. And family disorganizations can contribute to the loss of social control which is imposed by family members. So people, especially children, suffers a lot mentally and from all aspects of social and personal life, and the risk factor of becoming a criminals or suicidal activities is higher. What is a family life cycle? So the emotional and intellectual stages you pass through from childhood to your retirement years as a member of a family are called the family life cycle. In each stage, you face challenges in your family life that allows you to build or gain new skills. So gaining these skills helps you work through the changes that nearly every family goes through. So not everyone passes through these stages smoothly. So situations such as severe illness, financial problems, or the death of a loved one can have an effect on how well you pass through these stages. Fortunately, if you miss skills in one stage, you can learn them in later stages. Okay, so let's discuss the stages of family life cycle, and let's begin with independent stage. So in independence, it is the most critical stage of the family life cycle. So as you enter young adulthood, you begin to separate emotionally from your family. So during this stage, you strive to become fully able to support yourself emotionally, physically, socially, and financially. You begin to develop unique qualities and characteristics that define your individual identity. Intimacy is a vital skill to develop during your independent and young adult years. So intimacy is the ability to develop and maintain close relationships that can endure hard times and other challenges. So in an intimate relationship, you learn about commitment, commonality or similarity, compatibility, attachment, and dependence on another person who is not in your family. So shared emotion also in a relationship. You also learn who you are outside of your identity within your family. So your ability to develop intimate relationship depends on how successful you were at developing your individual identity earlier in life. You also begin to be responsible for your own health in this stage. You become responsible for your nutritional, physical, and medical needs. So developing healthy habits at this time, such as good nutrition, regular exercise, and safer sex practices is important for lifelong good health and happiness. So you learn new aspects of independence throughout your lifetime. Even when you have moved on to another stage of life, such as coupling, you continue to learn independence within the context of that stage. So during this stage, which is the independent stage, now you hope to, number one, you need to learn to see yourself as a separate person in relation to your original family, your parents, your siblings, and extended family members. So you also develop intimate peer relationships outside the family. For the last one, you establish yourself in your work or career. The next stage in the family life cycle is coupling. So using qualities such as trust that you gain in the independent stage, you can explore your ability to commit to a new family and a new way of life. Although being in an intimate relationship with someone does involve a process of adaptation and relationship building, a marriage or committed union often requires unique skills. So the ultimate goal at this stage is to achieve interdependence, which occurs when you are able to fully enter into a relationship with another person. So interdependence also requires that you share goals and that you are able to sometimes place the needs of another above your own. But before you can achieve interdependence, you must first have a high degree of interdependence. So the relationship skills you learn in coupling serve as a foundation for other relationships, such as parent-child, teacher and the student, or physician and the patient. So within a couple, now you learn what? advanced interpersonal communication. The next one is the problem solving skills, and followed by the common spiritual and emotional developmental goals and how to form boundaries in relationships. And last one is when to place the needs or importance of the other person above your own. So the next stage that we will discuss is the parenting. Babies through adolescence. So at some point in your relationship, you and your partner will decide if you want to have a baby. So some couples know going into a relationship that they do not want children. So parenting is one of the most challenging phases of the family life cycle. So decision to have a children is one that affects your individual development. So the identity of your family and your relationship. So children are so time consuming that skills not learned in previous stages will be difficult to pick up at this stage. So your ability to communicate well and maintain your relationships and solve problems is often tested during this stage. So introducing a child into your family results in a major change in roles for you and your partner. So each parent has three distinct and demanding roles. So as an individual, a partner, and the parent. So as new parents, your individual identities shift along with how you relate to each other and to others. So the skills that you learn in the independence and coupling stages, such as what to compromise and commitment, will help you move to the parenting stage. Along with the joy that comes from having a child, you may feel a great deal of stress and fear about these changes. So in a woman might have concerns about being pregnant and going through childbirth, while fathers tend to keep their fears and stress to themselves, which can cause health problems. So talking about your emotional or physical concerns with your family doctor, obstetrician, or counselor can help you deal with this and future challenges. So now, let us know parenting young children. So in adopting a children into another relationship is a key of emotional process of this stage. So you will take on the parenting role and transition from being a member of a couple to being a parent. So while you are still evolving as individuals, you and your partner are also becoming decision maker for your family. So continuing to express your individuality while working well together as a couple results in a strong marriage. So now, what is the specific goals when young children join your family? So the number one is adjusting your marital system to make space for children. The next one is taking on parenting roles and realigning your relationships with your extended family to include parenting and grandparenting roles. Parenting teenagers can be a rough time for your family and can test your relationship skills. So it's also a time for a positive growth and creative exploration for your entire family. So families that function best during this period have strong and flexible relationships developed through good communication, problem solving, mutual caring, support, and trust. So now, the specific goals during the stage of parenting adolescence can be include like number one, shifting parent-child relationships to allow the child to move in and out of the family system. The second one is shifting focus back to your midlife relationships and career issues, and beginning a shift toward concern for older generations in your extended family. The next stage that we will tackle is the empty nest, launching adult children. So, ang stage of launching adult children, it begins when your first child leaves home and ends with the empty nest. So, kapag yung old children ay the next stage that they will tackle is the empty nest, launching adult children. So, ang stage of launching adult children begins when your first child leaves home and ends with the empty nest. So when older children leave home, there are both positive and negative consequences. So if your family has developed significant skills through the family life cycle, your children will be ready to leave home and ready to handle life challenges. So free from the everyday demands of parenting, you may choose to rekindle your own relationship and possibly your career goals. So you may also be caring for aging parents in this space, which can be stressful and affect your own health. So now let's know the specific goals to reach at this stage. So it includes the number one, refocusing on your relationship without children. And the next one is developing adult relationships with your grown children and realigning relationships to include in-laws and grandchildren when your children begin their own families. Now let's move to the retirement or senior stage of life. So during the retirement phase of the family life cycle, many changes occur in your life, like welcoming in new family members or seeing others leave your family is often a large part of this stage as your children marry or divorce or you become a grandparent. So this stage can be a great adventure where you are free from the responsibilities of raising your children and can simply enjoy the fruits of your life's works. So challenges you may face include like it being a support to other family members. So even you are still exploring your own interests and activities or focusing on maintaining your relationship. So many people are caring for elderly parents at this time. So you may feel challenged by their emotional, financial, and physical needs while trying to help them keep their independence. So the retirement can be a fulfilling and a happy time. Like becoming a grandparent can bring you a great joy without the responsibility of raising a child. But those who are without adequate support systems or not well off financially may have a more difficult time in this phase of life. The specific goals to reach for this final stage of your family life cycle include maintaining your own interest and physical functioning along with those of your partner as your body ages. And the next one is exploring new family and social roles, and followed by the providing emotional support for your adult children and extended family members, and making a room in the family system for the wisdom and experience of older adults, and providing support for the older generation without doing too much for them, and dealing with the loss of a partner, siblings, and other peers, and preparing for your own death. And the last one is reviewing your life and reflecting on all you have learned and experienced during your life cycle. Understanding the family life cycle is important because it is beneficial to anticipate typical experiences along life's journey. Succeeding in one stage also helps people feel better prepared for the next one. That will be all. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I am Baysahida Kasimpingyaman. Thank you so much.